So this is that time of year जब हम लोग बहुत travel करने का plan करते हैं. Traveling for leisure, traveling with family, traveling for holiday, or if you're planning to travel for medical purpose, this conversation is meant for everyone.
And just in the UAE, in general, if you want to know about medical insurance, this is also the conversation for you. First of all, welcome to Subah in the city. Varun and Parikshit aapke saath mein. We've got a very special guest in the studio, Mr. Malcolm Wright, the General Manager of Global Benefits Practice in the studios from InsuranceMarket.ae. Mr. Wright, welcome to the show and thank you for taking the time out to come to our studios.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for your time today, and look forward to the conversation.
Sweet, same here, man. We're gonna straight away shoot into the questions. Of course, we've been talking about medical insurance. We've been talking about travel insurance. Tell us, what concerns that you're hearing from the expat community in the UAE, especially from the South Asian community, when it comes to having a medical insurance that works across borders. Let's say if somebody wants to go home and do their
medical treatment.
What do you have to say on that?
Yeah, I mean, as we all know, 85% of the population here is expatriates, right? And a large contingent of that is Indians, Southeast Asian. So ultimately what we're looking to provide here is international medical insurance to allow you to have the option to go home and have that treatment. And that's elective treatment. So it might be a knee surgery, it might be something else that requires post-rehab and recovery, and you want familiarity, you're surrounded by family and friends.
Tell me one thing, is it cheaper to have a medical insurance that actually gives you cover back home and not just here?
It's not. It's like anything, right? You get what you pay for, right? Ultimately, so is it more expensive than a UAE domestic insurance policy? Yes, because it's more complex, right? At the same time, insurance companies aren't travel agencies, so you're going to pick up that cost of that travel flight yourself.
Understood.
But it may well be that the cost of the treatment could be 30-40% cheaper than having it here in Dubai.
But a lot of people, they don't consider taking a medical insurance policy for their home country. I have two questions here. So if you take a medical insurance for your home country, is it only covered in a certain particular country, or can we take like an international package where we can go to any country and get it done?
It typically tends to be regional. So for example, regional cover from the international private medical insurers will be essentially Middle East, Asia, Indian subcontinent, right? So it's a regional cover. And then you'll have worldwide excluding, USA and Canada, and worldwide including.
And UK.
Keep it simple.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. So the UK falls under worldwide excluding in that regard. But essentially, they tried it. There's a couple of other options. Different regions may well just have Africa as well, like for Middle East and Africa, but ultimately it's more about continents, not necessarily countries.
Tell you what, Mr. Wright, we're going to continue this conversation right here on City 1016 because we've got more questions that we need to shoot towards you. Definitely, what about people who travel for work? What about people who are going to travel for leisure? When we come back, we're going to talk about company insurance that the company gives you and the travel insurance that you need to take mandatory for Schengen as well. This is City 1016, Subah in the city. Varun, Parikshit aapke saath. Once again, this is a conversation that you might have to tune in. Apart from all the jokes and the laughters and the big prizes we share on the radio, this is some time which is, just hitting home for the Desi, for the South Asian community tuned in right now. Subah in the city, Varun, Parikshit aapke saath. We've got Malcolm Wright, the General Manager of Global Benefits Practice from InsuranceMarket.ae in the studios to talk about, international private medical insurance policies and international travel insurance policies. If you're traveling this summer, this might be the conversation for you. If you're traveling for work, this might be the conversation for you as well. Welcome once again, Mr. Wright.
Good morning. Thank you, gentlemen. Nice to be here.
So we have already spoken about the medical insurance that you can take for your international destinations, for your home country. Right now, we also want to talk about people who are planning to travel for short term, the travel insurance. A lot of people don't take those travel insurances thinking it's going to be an extra added cost, on their flight ticket. What do you have to say about that? Is it really beneficial? Should they really consider it taking one?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it should be something that you should automatically buy. If it's a single trip, or a lot of people just buy annual travel policies because they know they're traveling frequently.
Oh, there is one.
You don't have to remember to keep buying it every time you're at the airport. So
most South Asians, what they do is they don't take a travel insurance until they are applying for a Schengen visa, right? Which is mandatory. Now, and most people take Schengen or travel insurance policy as just another thing which is just an added cost. So they go price low to high. They buy the lowest, medical insurance, which is most South Asians, right? Most people tune in right now. But what is that one advice that you want to give? And what are the things that you should actually look for in a a travel insurance while traveling?
So, I'll come back to what I said before. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you want to look at two components. One is the emergency medical component of the travel policy.
Yeah.
How much is that? How much coverage do you get? And obviously, the more you pay, the more you're going to get. But also, airline cancellations, travel trip delay, cancellations, those type of things. If you don't have that in place, typically you might not get refunded for those hotels or the flights, whatever you've booked.
Interesting. Difference. What is, between an international private medical insurance policy and international travel insurance policy?
Yeah, to break it down in its simplest form, essentially, if you're buying an international private medical insurance policy, is allowing you to have elective treatment. So you have treatment here in the UAE or in the region, but also could be in your home country. Whereas travel insurance is for emergency treatment.
But whenever people talk about these insurances, I feel like it's so confusing all the time because, there are fine prints in all these documents where people are scared. How can we simplify it so that it's very easy to understand for a layman?
So on the InsuranceMarket.ae platform, we're a digital first, provider in that regard. So we have technology that enhances that opportunity for people to look at, the options available, but it doesn't replace the human piece of it. Because people typically get to a certain point and then want to validate, get clarified with a human, am I buying the right thing for the money that I'm spending? And that's key.
And that's very important. But also for everybody tuned in, especially anyone looking for a job, especially anyone looking for a job in InsuranceMarket.ae, Mr. Wright might just make a huge announcement. What is it that you're looking at?
Well, I don't know if it's a huge announcement.
It is.
We're building the global benefits practice from scratch. I've been here 2 months, and we're looking for personnel, in the international private medical insurance arena that've been in the market for more than 5 years now. So if you're looking for a new challenge, join something new, join Alfred.
Email ID, sir. Email ID, come on.
Send it to malcolm.wright at InsuranceMarket.ae.
There you go.
Malcolm, MALCOLM.WRIGHT at InsuranceMarket.ae. Of course, if you're looking for a job and you're experienced in this sector, join Mr. Wright's team at InsuranceMarket.ae. Varun, Parikshit, aapke saath.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. What a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Thank you for your time. Thank you both.
InsuranceMarket.ae